The White House, by the way, accuses Republicans of holding up border funding. Roll tape.
House Republicans decided to vote on a bill that would cut 2,000 Border Patrol agents at the border. That's what they did. That's what they did. And they continue to obstruct and get in the way of the president wanting to move forward with a supplemental that includes border security. They're getting in the way of it. They are.
Okay, now Congressman Bryan Steil, Republican from Wisconsin, joins me now. Congressman, you just returned from the border. How do you respond to that accusation that the Republicans had voted to cut 2,000 border agents? Will you put that in some context for us?
Well, after 3 years of trying to keep the border open and bring in as many people as possible, now the administration knows they have a political problem. The answer, though, is pretty clear. We need to not only make sure that we're restarting border wall construction and funding Customs and Border Protection, but we also got to change the policies that are actually allowing this volume of individuals to come across. And it's an abuse in large part of the asylum system, the catch and release policies. We need to return to stay in Mexico. We need to actually enforce the immigration laws that are on the books today. If we did that, we dramatically stemmed the flow of illegal immigration, and it was 300,000 individuals that came into the United States just last month. This is a problem that's impacting not just the border states, it's impacting every community.
Do you get a little annoyed when the White House blames you guys for the mess that they created?
Well, I think the American people are far smarter than that to believe the propaganda that's coming out of this Biden administration. It's pretty clear that this administration on day one, when they ended construction of the border wall, sent a signal to the entire globe that the U.S.-Mexico border was not secure. This problem is a creation of the Biden administration, and American voters are far smarter than to believe the propaganda that this administration is trying to sell now.
Okay, what are we going to do about this? Are you willing, in these negotiations that are ongoing, are you willing to shut down the government if you don't get full border control?
I think what we can do is both. We can keep the government open and operational and force the administration to actually change course on policies. We could simply put one line in a policy that would say no funding can be used for catch and release. If we did that, that would stem the flow dramatically. This administration would functionally be forced to sign that because everyone knows the catch and release policies of this administration are causing dramatic negative effects, not just on our nation's largest cities, but on small communities. A 14,000 person city in Wisconsin, Whitewater, has over 1,000 migrants now living in it. This is a problem that's impacting communities all across the country. We can make small changes to have a big impact. I think we can force the administration to do that.
Okay. Congressman Fox's Jackie Heinrich pressed John Kirby about the administration indirectly financing Iran. Listen to his response. Roll it, please.
I would tell you that, again, none of that money goes to the Iranian regime, and none of it goes to the mullahs. It is if it has been allocated against, it would go to approved vendors that would purchase food, water, medicine, agricultural products, and then ship that directly into Iran for the benefit of the Iranian people.
Congressman, do you believe that? He says the money doesn't go to the mullahs, it doesn't go to the regime, it goes to vendors to buy food. Do you believe that?
This would only work if money wasn't fungible. This is like giving your child a $5 billion gift card. Well, of course, they might have to spend that on one thing, but all that does is free up money for other purchases. Iran is the largest state sponsor of terrorism. It's very clear that they're funding Hamas and Hezbollah and other groups that are working to destabilize the Middle East and attack our ally Israel. This administration wants you to believe that these funds are going to be put to a good purpose. At the end of the day, money is fungible, and at the end of the day, Iran is going to continue to be the world's largest state sponsor of terrorism until we get serious and actually enforce our sanctions.
Earlier on the show, four-star retired General Jack Keane, he suggested that we'd be much more aggressive with Iran and go after their oil installations. Would you go that far?
I think the easiest thing that we can do is actually enforce the sanctions that are on the books. We have lots of sanctions that would allow us to prevent Iran from selling oil to countries like China. This administration continues to look the other way rather than enforce the sanctions that are on the books. Let's get serious with the sanctions that we do have, restrict the funds from going to Iran, prevent their sale of oil, and we can have a significant impact and prevent them from funding the terrorism that they are around the globe.
Okay, fix it. Congressman Bryan Steil, Republican, Wisconsin. Thanks for joining us, sir. Appreciate it, always. Thank you.